Hey guys, welcome back to another F1 Esports 2025 round 8 video. This time around COTA. Sorry guys for missing quite a few days on the upload. Got busy, but we're back and I'm gonna make sure to finish them as soon as possible for you guys. But nonetheless, this is the last race of event 2, which so far hasn't gone to plan, at least the first two races, and Zandvoort, obviously, you guys have seen the curse remained this year from last year, so we're still getting a P5 though in Zandvoort. If you haven't checked that video, you guys have to go and check it out, because it was one of my craziest drives in F1 Esports, that's for sure, and I was very lucky to come away with a P5 given the conditions. But anyway, we're now in COTA. One of our strongest tracks, if I have to be honest. Myself and Barry have been always very fast on it. Also last year, the pace was much stronger than we anticipated compared to the opponents, of course. We had a lot of pace in hand, and that meant we were comfortable to go through Q2 and Q3 without having to push too hard. And we are now on my first lap in Q1, which looks a little bit messy, but COTA is always very hard to warm up in. I mean, it's been at this point 5 days or more, 6 days that we haven't touched this track, so coming in pretty cold. It's very easy to invalidate, as every corner you have to completely cut it, and yeah. Anyway, this is the end of the lap, and we do a 30.0, which is not the best, but not that good either, and we finish a lap afterwards with a 29.8, if I can see it correctly, or yeah, sorry guys, it's very small on my screen, but we go into the top 6, P7 now at the end of the session. Barry in P1 with a very nice lap there, showing that we have a good pace around this track. And on to Q2 we will go, hopefully, well not hopefully, thankfully no rain forecasted for this quali session. I mean, we've had so many rain qualies this year. I was just so tired of them and hoping to just get a nice clean dry quali, especially with our pace in hand for this track. So yeah, on to our lap in Q2 here, using quite a bit of ERS actually at the start of the lap, more than I remembered. Down to third gear with the big flick of the steering wheel to stop the car, but it's just what you can do in this game, to stop the car as fast as possible. Hopefully we can't really get away with that in the next F1 game, which should be coming out pretty soon. I'm not even sure if the dates are public. I haven't even kept up with those things anymore, but anyway, it should be around next month or so, or the end of the month. Yeah, I haven't touched the betas. I haven't really seen what the game is like yet, but I will be hopefully playing it as soon as it comes out and streaming it for you guys. So if you guys wanna stop by the streams, that'll be very appreciated, as we now entering finishing sector 2 with one of the trickiest corners there on the inside. Last year there used to be a lot of marbles, and thankfully this year they removed them and we don't have that much of a pain to go through that corner. But yeah, very wide line here on the double left, very tricky and very easy to lock the front tires there, as Jarno goes P1 temporarily with a 7.1, which is a really good lap, to be fair. It should make him comfortable to Q3, or have that's a really good banker anyway. And we're gonna finish our lap, cut last corner a little bit. We run out of ERS pretty early, but we do a 0.68, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's through. And yes, we do not go out again. I remember I wanted to stay in and save the tires for Q3, as I thought it would be more, more valuable. And I knew that I could take that risk, because a 0.6 is a very hard lap to do. So I didn't expect at least 5 people, or sorry, at least 10 people to beat me. Yeah, sorry, quick maths there, not working. Anyway, my first lap in Q3 was not good whatsoever. It was a 0.7. So I didn't really get to use that new tire that I had saved up, and the advantage that I got over some of the other drivers, but it is what it is. We're now on to the second and last lap of Q3. We're going to stay on board for this one, because this is the one that counts, and we're going to be sending it a little bit more. Turn 1, you have to hit the inside curb a little bit. You can go around it. It is pretty similar in terms of pace, but if you hit it perfectly and nail the cut, you gain so much on the exit. You're just straighter so much earlier. As we now prepare fully, you have to fully prepare this uphill right left. It's so crucial that you get a flat out exit, as you gain so much time. I mean, it probably looked good to you guys there, but I can guarantee you there's maybe another tenth just in there because of how much time there is in cutting that right under and being straight with the wheel. It's the most important part of the track, I think. If you can learn how to do good sector 2, your times in COTA will be much better, as we get a really good cut as well onto the back straight there with a 0.15, I believe. Yeah, 1.5 split, which is really good split, and with a good last sector here, we are on for pole. But I knew that my lap was really good, and I didn't wanna risk cutting the last two corners. My banker was not good. A 0.7 is not good a lap. So we will take it very carefully in these last few corners, and we will run out of ERS once again, missing the apex a little bit on the last corner as well, and we lost out quite a bit of time, and we do a 0.4 high, and that only puts us in P6. Barry though in P3, that's very good. Otis with his pole, I think his first pole position in F1 Esports, so congrats to him. Very good lap, a 4.2. Myself right behind Isma, Jarno P7 behind us, Danny P8, Alvaro 9, Alfie in P10. I think Alfie made a mistake on the last lap or invalidated. So yeah, the Red Bulls are with us. Unfortunately for us, we're trying to catch them in the championship, but the Mercs are not. They are quite far behind. So this is our opportunity to get some good points on the Mercedes team. As we're gonna, I think everyone's starting on the hard tire. We get a good launch. We're gonna go straight to the outside. I do not like the inside, but I'm forced on it by Isma there. So fair play. We both leave each other space, and it's all good there. Yeah, I was talking about the outside. It's so much better for me in turn 1 there. It's so much more chances to get away from crashes or incidents. Because if you're on the inside, you're pretty much in the hands of the other people around you, because you can't really go anywhere apart from staying as tight as you can. So I'd like to avoid that as much as I can, everywhere basically, unless you want to go for a risky move. Then obviously the inside is the place to be. But everyone started on hards, guys, and I guarantee you nothing happens for the next 10 laps or so. There's just no pace advantage from anyone because we're on the same tire, and it's super hard to pass on COTA because of the dirty air you get in the start of sector 2. It's so hard to stay close. So yeah, I think at the end of the lap we're gonna skip all the way to lap 9 or 10 or so, where we can think of a possible undercut or first people pitting. And if you guys remember Jeddah, the Mercs were the only drivers to do like a super early undercut, and no one replied, no one responded to them. We don't want that to happen again. So I think I'm gonna be the one pulling the plug, the first one, the earliest I can, and that will be very, very soon. It might be lap 10 or lap 11, I'm not sure yet. But I remember I pit extremely early because I didn't want to be left out. You know, I didn't want people in front or behind to pit that one lap earlier and get a massive undercut, because the undercut here is ginormous. I mean, if I remember correctly, it's about 3 seconds or more. So you don't want to be pitting after most other people. So if you're either the first one to pit, good. If not, you better go. You just better keep going because there's no more point anymore. And yeah, here we go, lap 11 onto the medium. We have to do 18 laps on the medium. It seems crazy at first, but with my tire wear, I mean, I was really good on the tires the whole game basically, but we knew we could even pit lap 10 and make it if you take care of the tires. And I believe we have really strong race pace here. So if I can pull an undercut and on this outlap not really use the tire, I'm gonna be so gentle on this outlap. I think we might even stay on board, I'm not too sure. I just do not push the tire whatsoever, and I think I crossed the line with barely 2% tire wear in one lap, which is mental. But it's crucial. It's really crucial for the race. Barry is in the lead, I believe, this lap. Yeah. We've calculated it perfectly so that me and Barry can be P1 and 2 on the second stint, and being P1 and P2, you can really control the race at that point, and it's very hard for people behind you or behind us to get past. So yeah, it's early, I'm not gonna lie. I will struggle towards the end of the race, and people will have much fresher tires than me in the second stint, and it's just all gonna be a case of if I can defend or how late can they catch. And hopefully me pitting that lap 11 will force the whole field to pit ASAP, especially after seeing Barry and Freddy are now pitting on lap 12, but they're the only ones who pit. We didn't understand why only them two pit. We expected at least 5-6 cars to pit, maybe even from the back markers. Like, I mean, you're a back marker, why would you not try something? I mean, if every single person goes long, what's the point? You're not gonna make up any places. And as you can see, we did not push at all that lap on the tire, at least, and we went all the way to net P1. So we've got Barry right behind us now, and we will let him through, I think, next lap, so he can do the driving. He's gonna have fresher tires, so he's gonna be a little bit faster than me over one lap, a tenth or two. So yeah, we're gonna let him by, and then hopefully keep Freddy behind, and or even if we let Freddy go and we have a 1-2-3 scenario, if we just keep going cleanly without battling, I think we can create a really good nice gap with this undercut. But as you can see, right the lap after, no one pitted. Once again, Alfie Butcher by himself pits, which is a wild strategy. I mean, why would you pit by yourself? Yeah, that didn't really make sense. And then we go on to lap 14, and again, barely anyone is pitting. So we are seeing some kind of Jeddah 2.0 scenario where everyone is just scared to go early for some reason. Jarno there, actually, one of the drivers who now pit with Alvaro, I believe I saw. Yeah, we were very confused at this point and a bit worried, because I mean, you know, Freddy now pushing me a bit. We are not gonna fight him too hard, I believe. Of course, we're gonna make him work for it, but we're not gonna risk anything here. There's too many points on the line, especially with Mercedes being out of place, out of position. There's a really good chance for us to score big points. So if Freddy goes for it, then we will not fight it too hard, as he actually goes down the inside here on the double left, and he manages to stop the car very nicely and also manages to get a good exit somehow. I was impressed. I did not expect him to keep the car there at all. Yeah, I mean, I expected maybe a dive into the corner, into the double left, but I didn't expect him to have such a good exit. I was preparing my exit to then keep the position, but he managed to keep the car there somehow. So fair play to him. That was a really good move. Nothing I could have done there, apart from defending more the inside, but that was just something you don't really see often. So yeah, we're now on to lap 16, and the people are still like pitting. Like, not everyone has pitted yet, which, yeah, we were just hoping for that domino effect from myself and Barry pitting early, that everyone then would follow after and create like a wall for us, but it just wasn't happening. And we're now on lap 20, I believe. Yeah, and everyone's caught behind us, and Thomas, I believe, has like 5 laps or 6 almost laps fresher tires than me, so we're not gonna defend this whatsoever. I mean, he has so much more pace in hand, and he's looking like the favorite to win the race, no doubt, no questions, because Barry and Freddy are ahead of him, only have 1 lap fresher than me. So yeah, Thomas will absolutely win the race unless something else happens, and I'm just gonna focus on keeping my tires, because mind you, I'm having to drive a little bit off the pace just to keep my tires and to save them, because I'm not gonna make it to the end if I fully push and fight like they are in front of me. That is why I pitted that 1 lap earlier, to make sure I was the only one that would do that. But the side effect of that is you then have to save the tire and drive a little bit more off the pace and cautious, and that makes me a little bit more vulnerable to the cars behind, which we thought would catch way later, but they didn't. So Jarno sends it up the inside there, but that's not a very good move. I mean, he didn't really deserve much more space than that. But anyway, we don't even make contact, and he makes the corner very well. Freddy's giving him slipstream, and I can't fight a 2v1 here, especially when Jarno has 2 laps fresher tires than me. So yeah, Jarno will get past Freddy as well as he lets him go. So we're gonna lose those positions, and we are already down to P5, and it's not looking good because there's like 7 or 6 laps left, and we've already got Otis and Alvaro on very fresh tires right behind us. Otis going for it down the inside of turn 1. I can't even defend it. Otis, I believe, has the same tire age as Thomas, if I remember correctly. But now look, Alvaro is already behind me, sends it down the inside, but I can see he goes way too deep, and we do a little nice switch back on him, and now he's under threat by Alfie. That was a very good defensive move there. I saw he braked way too late, and he was not gonna stop the car, so I opened up the corner and just get a good exit, and we keep the position. And the more laps I can keep them behind, the better is for me and for Barry, because also remember, Barry and Freddy also have really old tires, and I'm still trying to score points here. I'm trying to salvage something from this race because no one pitted, and it really confused us. But yeah, Alvaro going down the inside into turn 1. I can't continue defending him, because if I continue defending him and destroy my tires, as you can see, look, I'm already flashing red on the tires, and we're on lap 26 already. But yeah, if I keep defending him, then I can't finish the race and have ERS as well to defend from the others. So I need to be tactical here and try to actually salvage a top 10. We now have Danny B right behind us onto the last lap, I believe. Yeah, we are now P8, so P8 will still be 4 points. Hopefully we can keep him behind, but we're using all our ERS as much as we can. And then here I decide to stay on the outside, because that means I have the inside for the next corner, and we go side by side, but he has better tires, and we got too wide there. Is easy to make contact and understeer and go wide, but luckily we don't, and he makes a really good move. He doesn't go deep in the double left, so I can't switch back him. That means he keeps the position, and I drop down to P9. So yeah, not the best race. I mean, Barry managed to keep a podium, I think P2 actually, I believe. So very well played by Barry, and I think that one extra lap of tires means that you can just push a bit more. So yeah, Thomas wins the race, as I mentioned before. Unfortunately, the Red Bulls get a P3 and 4, which was very good points for them. But we do get points on Mercedes. Even though Danny passed me, Barry scored many points for us. So yeah, the strategy would have worked if everyone reacted to it, if everyone decided to pit, but no one from the back markers pitted, and all the back markers finished in the back. No one made up places, because yeah, I don't know, they didn't want to take a risk for some reason. But anyway, this is driver standings after the first 2 events. We're still not in the top 10, which is very, very bad, due to event 1 mostly. Thomas leading it now, and he's looking very comfortable and probably the favorite going into event 3. Barry in P4 making a really good comeback, and the Merc drivers are still at the top with 165 points. We are about 50 points behind, so yeah, it's gonna be hard. But event 3 is tracks that we love, one of our best tracks, so hopefully we can bring the fight back. Red Bull is still on our sides as well, but we got to keep in mind Williams right behind us too. Very dangerous. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. It's gonna be round 9, event 3. Goodbye.